It's here for me mo bibia kwaba eba Melodies TV so. Say enrechi and enra. Me the story be bremo say journalist be a friend of Bernard Avle. Me no personally no. He is my number one journalist ewo Ghana. Oye juma ewo City FM any City TV. Nsembia wode eba betu dwa a se obo aban echi. Na uchi nsemu a wakan na mesusu se ose Ghana ni bia etie na Ghana for aba betro mo adwen ewo Bernard Avle nsemu a wakan na. So for those who have not heard him mebo audio na wetie but yenkonko read se ne amunim de bia no de ya no yenko read comment yen de Ghana for kan ewo Bernard Avle nsem na eso we free Best Brinteria or say, has the Jubilee House journalist allowances stopped coming because we are in election year and someone is no longer on the ballot? Mercy, say, with this, they still want to hold on to power without shame, still collecting COVID levy long after the pandemic. Even Italy, of all countries that suffered most during the COVID pandemic, is not collecting any levy, yet NPP is levying Ghanaians. The wicked will suffer without reprieve. Okay, Stephen essay, Ghana is in mess. Daniel essay, commenting on truth does not damage somebody's reputation. It is all truth and nothing else. Wawasa essay, oh, now one of the stomach journalists is talking. It seems the money is no more coming their way. K-Force and say, when we critically decide to look at the cost of our problems, wisdom. Parker George essay, the greatest single mistake or error Ghanaians have done Ghanaians has ever made. The greatest single mistake or error Ghanaians has ever made was by voting in Achan Ekufuado president. If you mistakenly step on the tail of a venom viper, it shall surely bite you. Priscilla Wusu Ado essay, Mother Ghana, when it is coming, it is doing. Just say eba neyo. User essay, Nana has no plan for the country. He's short of ideas. Let's vote them out. Alex Marte say, they are feeling the heat in their holes and have started coming out. The truth must be told. Essay, now who calls some? Ebenezer essay, only fools will vote for MPP. Esther essay, no, you are lying. NPP never accused Avle for being NDC because he's always MPP. Emmanuel essay, this Bernard is a pure MPP's propagandist. He's among the MPP Baumia's group who are bent on distancing Baumia from MPP's government failures. But Baumia is the main brain behind the economic hardship in Ghana today as we speak. So Melodies, you must up your game in journalism a little bit more to know who the enemies are. Thanks. Asemo a work no. You go to Bernard Avle and Asemo kan ya Emma and there still in Krofoka Sedabi. He still belongs to Baumiano. Memo bibia kwaba eba Melodies TV so. Etie for papa no that screen no eso no your friend of Bernard Avle. Na oye juma ewo City FM. Oye journalist. In fact, isi aye ka City FM krana say one no ye omo omo manager at ase ewo City FM ho. But he's still a journalist. Me Melodies a okatem se membo one journalist wa Ghana ha me hu ne se eba ne politics and eba ne nyansasem eba no criticizing issues and then analyzing issues. Pa Bernard Avle number one. Ever since I was a kid, Bernard Avle City FM for na mities. I've been with them for so many years now. But Bernard Avle so you be normally ne yana NDC for no etai accusing a NDC for table ni chipa say or MPP ni na sometimes MPP for so boni so NDC ni na Ghana ha say who say both political parties no more accusing nipa ba ko na teze nipa kro no ka no kwa bi agwa say Melodies na MPP for be accuse me na NDC for so den omo accuse me na teze nipa kro no or ya de pa inti Bernard Avle is that person. But recently he has been getting a lot of attacks from some NDC communicators because omu feel say senior Mahama time or Bo Mahama that is not the same energy ɛna ɔde bɔ aban wei but ɛndɛ Benadavle akasa mepɛ sɛ mebɔ nsɛm a Benadavle kan and then wo Ghanani na wotie no tie ne yie ne tie asɛm a wɔka yɛbɛba ba yɛntie Benadavle nsɛm a ɔde to dwa tie.
Government itself is in a very difficult position. You have the national organizer of the ruling party going out to say that the latest tax initiative of the government must be reversed. Now that tells you there's a bit of a problem. The party's views about the fiscal policies and the government's view about the fiscal policies are not the same. So Nana B went out to say that VAT on electricity must be scrapped. And then we saw a story yesterday that the government has agreed to do this. So it's more like the tail wagging the dog. Now while we agree with Nana B, we feel like there's some challenge in terms of financial governance. So like this meeting, do you really think that who has the ultimate gravitas in government now? Is it the finance minister? Is it the vice president? Is it the president himself? Is it the governor? Because they've all come under fire. NDC has been on the governor's heels for long. Finance minister, as far as some people in parliament are concerned, persona non grata. You see, the vice president too, like, we don't know where he is. He's going to speak tomorrow. He hasn't come out to say anything about the e-levy. So who's going to rise and say, you know what I mean? Like, I don't see a central force to say, look, let me own this problem. Let me come up. Maybe it's the finance minister, I don't know. To say, look, this is the reason why we are taking all these decisions. Because the party general secretary is asking government for a reshuffle. The national organizer says reverse the 15%. You get it? So who is it? The majority leader? I don't even know what he's saying. You get me? Where is the leadership? Who's taking charge? Is it the president himself? Or is it because it's not on the ballot anymore? Are the people in the vice president team on the same page as the president? What are we trying to achieve? Are we still stabilizing? Is the World Bank and IMF the guys telling us? I don't simply know what's going on. You get me? So even with this meeting, I'm not that optimistic because people can fuffle around and just say a few things because they feel like the incentive to really push is not there. We need somebody to stand up in the government and say, look, this has to stop. And I'm not seeing anybody do that. Okay, somebody has to rise to the occasion and say, look, these kinds of policies are hurting the people. They are destroying people's businesses and lives. Talk to Fabak, talk to Guta, talk to TUC. Everybody is suffering. A friend of mine went to buy a car. This is a lady. She went to get a car for a certain amount. The taxes on the car are double the cost of the car. She's asking for somebody to just buy the car off so that there's no demurrage, right? Within a period. So if we had a whole exchange rate fiasco in 2022, 2023, when the city stabilized, now you're bringing taxes to kill us. So like businesses can't have a break from the exchange rate crisis to now tax crisis. What on earth is going on? This is a government that claimed they were going from taxation to production. Where is the production? From August 2022, the composite index of economic activity has been registering negative. The composite index of economic activity puts together the total production of the economy. It's an index. It's been negative since August 2022. How is that production?
Since August 2022.
I showed the figures on my Kinke show yesterday.
Yeah.
There's something fundamentally wrong with the way the economy is being managed. Right? The kinds of taxes we are being charged, it doesn't even make sense. And the tax audits. Meanwhile, you're giving tax, they call it, what do you call it? Tax
exemption
to the tune of 13 billion. So the amount you want to raise in taxes from you and I, you're giving the same to companies in tax exemptions. What are those companies doing for us? How many people are being employed? What's the what do you call it? What's the name? What's the benefit?
the rate of return.
Local companies. I got a call from a company yesterday. They are into one of the local textiles. They are bleeding. We are now even going to license foreigners to come and produce those things in Ghana. It's almost like you want to kill businesses. You are paying all kinds of taxes. You are being hounded every day with tax audits. The tax levels are rising. If I start mentioning the taxes companies have to pay, because I'm in management, I know this. It doesn't make sense to do business in Ghana. That's what everybody's doing, buying and selling. You can't produce anything. Ask anybody producing anything in Ghana how they survive. You even get it. All kinds of taxes. All kinds, direct and indirect, plenty. When you buy something when you import something, there are over 25 tax items on the thing you are importing. Meanwhile, if you said that was an import substitution strategy, why aren't you giving the tax break to those who are manufacturing?
Okay.
All right? Okay, the VAT rate is ostensibly 15%. You are paying 21% VAT. Do you know what 21% VAT means? How can you compete? Your interest rates are through the roof. Your exchange rate is not even that strong. How are you going to compete? Everybody's doing business. Everybody's corrupt. The economy that we are running doesn't make any sense. Somebody has to take responsibility. and deal with the matters. Don't squeeze us. We are not the one who caused the problem. We didn't squander the COVID money. Why are you punishing us for your mismanagement? Why are we the ones to bear the brunt of this economic thing? What have we done? So people are leaving. All those guys who are going to the US and things, why do you think they are going? Talk to a businessman and how he runs his business. You'll be shocked. It's difficult. You can list all the taxes and they keep changing the calibrations. VAT, flat rate, this energy sector levy, 30% increase, special petroleum tax, 11% increase, bust margin increase, stabilization and recovery levy, primary distribution margin, UPPF something, e-levy, excise duty amendment, growth and stability levy, GRA. Why? Is it our fault? Are we the ones who did it? What did we do to cause the what did you do?
We didn't do that.
I'm sitting somewhere in my house. The money I've invested, you've taken some away. Now you are adding more taxes. COVID levy still paying. Now financial stabilization levy still there. Now you want to do VAT on electricity. Then now emissions levy. How do you pay an emissions levy when there's no proven market for electronic vehicles? What's the point? Emissions levy only makes sense when you have to make a choice. If you're in the US, probably 25% or 30% of cars are EVs, if not more. So if you decide to buy a fossil fuel car, the punishment for that is like an emission or congestion tax. You can choose to use the N1. If you choose to use London, you pay $8 or £8. How on earth are you charging an emissions levy for a country that doesn't have a proven EV market? How? Do you get it? It's not like if I had money to buy a car today, I'll have an EV to buy. I don't have any EV to buy. So why are you charging me emissions levy? For what? So anything we think about, we apply a tax to it. What kind of system is this? And you get surprised that people are struggling and leaving the country in droves? No. Somebody has to stand up and take responsibility for this economic mess. Somebody has to stand up. You know, so this meeting they shouldn't cheat us. Our 2% will collect it too. These 2% and things they are taking, banks sitting there collecting. When you send money to a take your money for what? What way do they do to get all the money they get? Then the small money you go and earn as a plumber, you send to your mumu, they are collecting e-levy, the banks are collecting. Why? So we should just be suffering for it to be chopping? No. They have to come up with some better decision in that meeting.
So this is Bernard Avle. Na sa audio ya me botre wi trendy and then anopa we na okasa yo just about 4 hours ago. Na audio no so far about over 100,000 people and I say eti and now me no okasa just over 4 hours to mun se Ghana fo eti na wo he commenter e koso won sem na se nya asem keto and America no we eye abrantia nkrofo accusing say oye MPP ni okasa me MPP na sometimes me catch him, he is my favorite in the yana nkrofo okasa say na me I don't agree, but nkrofo accusing no. And today this is what he's saying. Now every single thing Bernard Avle said is the truth and nothing but the truth. Emissions levy no, so what the analysis I may na and some of Bernard Avle kind of me bosso, and I even said more things. Say a year chrono and year ball mine. Because on my sabi, only proven EV markets, only proven electric cars market, only infrastructure and policy bia, ema electric cars. Ni see a geo tax, a year chrono totally. A year chronosem, that is the truth. Internal Bernard Ekano, you don't have any proven. It is America, okay, you have a choice. Because this one, you don't have any proven market, EV market. You've not done any policy, any infrastructure for it, but general tax, the quiet thing. And it is true, today, a lot of businesses are folding up in Ghana. Last month, report here, Nivea, Nivea nku. Omo production company ewo Ghana, almost shut down. Do you know the businesses are shut down ewo man we mu due to taxes? Last year you see company bin so say Jameson was dey omo ye nsa ewo Ghana. Omo so say omo shut down. Omo ni na nsem a omo ka nanse taxes ayede to omo so. Injamende Ghana businesses bebree a omo ye production, they are not being able to produce again. They are not able to produce again. What these businesses rather do now, and they say, Omo eko no akwa kra nyama naba buying and selling na Benadeka buying and selling textiles company in Ghana ono be brand moje ni aye ntoma no e wo Ghana no taxes aban be gye no obi kɔ China no kɔfa sa ntoma ni bia no obi kɔ China no ma China ni twa sa ntoma ni bia ama no na nipa kro ne ba nipa ko ne ka endorse nsa even though nipa ko no tia duty ni nyama no but still wa o produce wo Ghana no de ne boarding nti sabe businessman ben eno ntenanse hu ne se da bi we de aye de na mi angasa menye den memfa me sika no se me di be produce wo Ghana no memfa me sika no nkokra nyama no fi abrochi mbra eya sanso a ke bia oye wo Ghana wo be fa edwumayefo eti omuka wo isi asan nyama ni na ahiegu. You see what is going on in this country. It's the Benadeka nanke no, and that's the truth, nothing but the truth. Don't tell me your comment box, me that's it.